Alright, so, big news from the French League today. The scummy team of villainous villains finally blew inward on themselves. That team being Olympique Marseille. We saw quite the battle between two separate Marseille players. Let me just remind you of some of the names that are on these teams. On this team, a lot of whom have a lot of cases against them, a lot of controversy, stuff like that. Jean Rui, Medina, Leonardo Balerdi, C.G. Riley, my Canadian boy, Derek Cornelius, Pierre Malhoiberg, Jeffrey Dogbia, Adrien Rabiot, who we'll talk about later, and Angel Gomez, Igor Paixão, Jonathan Rowe, who we'll talk about later, Mason Greenwood, Timothy Weah, Amin Gouiri, Neil Maupay, Pierre Aubameyang. A lot of really interesting characters on the same team, especially Mason Greenwood, and a lot of other interesting names on there as well. We saw Elia Wahi on here last year. I don't know where he went, but he has some controversies about him as well. So it was really a matter of time until something like this happened. And the first Ligue 1 match of the season was last weekend. There was a 1-0 loss to Stade Rennais. Stade Rennais went down a man in the 31st minute, Abdelhamid Aïd Bouadlal. I think I nailed that on the first try. I don't know what happened here. I don't know why it was a red card. It was a straight red, went to VAR. Then, right at the end of the match, Ludovic Blas scores for Rennes. And they, after being down a man for 60 minutes, get the opening match win against Marseille. And this is where everything starts to go down. From what we've seen this article, see here, there was a bunch of stuff in the locker room. There's a whole bunch of upset, and Jonathan Rowe felt targeted by comments about his commitment and slapped Adrien Rabiot. And then blows were exchanged before De Zerbi, his staff, and club president Mehdi Benatia, who you may remember for his Juventus days, intervened. So it's interesting, and that's what Mehdi Benatia is doing now. He's breaking up fights for Villain FC, I guess, for terrible human FC. But it's because Adrien Rabiot seems like exactly the type of person to find himself embroiled in this kind of thing. We've seen Rabiot in a bunch of scandals over his career. It's been crazy. And for him to accuse Jonathan Rowe of a lack of commitment, I think that's a little ironic. I'm not saying that I'm on the side of Jonathan Rowe, but I just don't like Adrien Rabiot. According to the ESPN articles, it said Rabiot accused Rowe of a lack of commitment. They insulted each other and so from the whole squad before getting physical. So, and apparently it was like a lot worse than just a fight. Longoria, Marseille president Pablo Longoria, was saying, even in the worst punch-ups, there are rules, not in this case. So, I don't know what they were doing. Were they like WWE fighting? Were they just that? Jonathan Rowe, you have to take the chance. You have to pull that little man bun on Rabiot's hair. I think there's probably a little bit of that going on. There was some insane stuff must have gone on for there to be such a reaction. Long story short, Marseille president Pablo Longoria is transfer listing both Rabiot and Jonathan Rowe. He said the club had no choice but to transfer list both of them. He said he had no choice but to transfer list Adrien Rabiot and Jonathan Rowe after an extremely violent altercation. Jonathan Rowe. He joined Marseille permanently this summer. He went there on loan from Norwich last summer. A loan fee of $2 million with a mandatory buy option. He'd been in Norwich's youth academy for a long time. This was a great new adventure for him. This is his first match as a permanent Marseille player, and now he's going to go. Adrien Rabiot, situation's a little different. He joined the same summer as Jonathan Rowe. Last summer, 2024, without a club for a long while, and then joined Marseille after his Juventus spell. Yeah, it's not. I don't know who's going to take Adrien Rabiot at this point because his reputation is so far in the bin, and rightfully so. I think. I just think he's a lazy. He has mommy issues. It's really weird. He's just a strange player. He doesn't even have a single euro of transfer fees in accumulated, but yeah, for me, goodbye and good riddance. Hopefully this is the start of change for Marseille, because I don't want to have to root for PSG in the rivalry. I don't want to have to do that. Hopefully this is the start of getting rid of all the bad people, getting back to actual good squad. I mean, Aubameyang's a really nice guy. I like that he's in the team. Lopez, I still wouldn't mind being in the team, even though he's a little bit of a prick, but he's fine. I want Greenwood gone. I want Greenwood just out of professional football entirely, but that's a different debate. But yeah, that's my little update for you on news for the day. I might give you an update if they're sold. If they're not, probably not. We will see. Rabiot, Jonathan Rowe. Goodbye and good riddance to Villain FC.